We are back with chapter 19 discussion. I had just finished up where Ronald and Jennifer now say I love you to one another. And then in October of 2007, they're asked to speak at a protest for a man that many believe was wrongfully convicted named Troy Davis. Was convicted mostly due to the strength of eyewitness testimony with scant physical evidence, and there were a lot of things that troubled Jennifer about the case. And so Amnesty International, similar to the ACLU, asked them to speak. And so uh, they pick up Robin and Raven, and with her daughter Brittany, they go to this protest. Um, and at one point, Ron's singing in the car, and she reflects on that. She says, I thought about how he had sung so many years ago that day in the courtroom, and how it had made me feel sick. And here he was in my car with his wife and daughter, and his singing filled me with pure joy. And so they include in here what they said at that protest. Um, and we find out at the end that they have this little thing where she says, Thank God I picked you. And he says, I know what you mean. So they've got quite the relationship, quite an understanding of how so much of their lives now wouldn't have happened if she hadn't have picked him before. And so then we have a final example of how he makes sure she's safe going home, making sure her tires are okay and things like that. And so that's the end of chapter 19. Basically the end of the book. And so what you have left then is the afterword, which will tell you kind of where people mentioned in the book are at. Okay? And so there is, I believe, a video for this chapter 19 that I've posted. Remember, you guys had watched part 2 of the 60 minutes segment on Ronald and Jennifer. Well, now I've included the part 1, so it kind of shows all of this now. Um, and their story. So watch that and then go on to the video for the afterword.